After India lost their 12-year unbeaten home run to New Zealand, I couldn't help but think this is the beginning of the end for Virat Kohli. Since 2019, his average per year in Test cricket has been, well, pretty poor. Now I'm starting to think there aren't too many excuses that I can give him, and I'm starting to wonder whether he should leave the cricket before the cricket leaves him.
But I always remember something when I retired myself, and there was a saying I always remember as a footballer: leave the football before the football leaves you. The football's left him. At this top level, he needs to call it a day at this level of football and move.
Yes, pitches are tough, but other teams and other players have made runs in similar conditions and with better averages. A career high Test average of 55 now sits at a below elite 48. So what has gone wrong with Kohli? For me, on the good days, the technique is still there as ever. We saw how he played in South Africa earlier this year, and although he didn't make 100, he played exceptionally well on a tough pitch. He also scored a 70 odd versus New Zealand in this most recent series. For me, there doesn't seem to be any technical faults, but he just seems to be making a few more mistakes at the crease, and the air of inevitability about him scoring runs has slowly seeped away in the longer format. So let's look at the numbers quickly. In the last 5 years, he has 300s at an average of 38 from 35 Test matches. If that was any other player, you'd start to question something. The thing is with Kohli in this time, he has looked very good on occasion, only to get out or not be able to do what he used to do and convert scores into big hundreds. Some people have suggested there is a technical issue against left arm spin, like this article from Wisden, but from my reading, the general consensus of this article is that nothing much has changed technically, but perhaps his picking up of length has deteriorated. And this aligns with my eye test of seeing him make more mistakes or getting caught out by balls. It's a bit like in football when you have an aging central midfielder who doesn't have the legs to do what he used to do. They have to adapt and play in a different way. And perhaps Kohli is yet to find this way, or he believes in his ability so much, as he should, that he doesn't feel the need to change anything. Now my second point is around the hunger and desire. Realistically, Kohli's accomplished everything that he could have wanted to do in his career. He's won a World Cup, T20 and ODI, and he's become one of the best batsmen in the world. I feel in the Red Bull arena, he has had to discipline himself to become as good as he has, and if you look at Root or Smith, I feel that they're much more natural players and can score runs in the Test match arena more easily. If you look at some of Kohli's best hundreds, they have been very disciplined efforts, such as hundreds at Edgbaston or hundreds in South Africa. Only really in Australia and India has he been able to dominate from ball one, where the pitches are generally quite flat. Now he lives in the UK and goes home between matches. He didn't play the Delete Trophy, and he's probably too far off 50 Test match hundreds to get to that milestone. So what would actually motivate him to stay and play at those high standards? And these things aren't very quantifiable, and if you ask Kohli, he'd probably still say that he is at the highest level he can do, but deep down, it must play a small part in the slump of form. I think if one dismissal highlights this, it's the missing of the full toss versus Mitchell Santner. Does a prime Virat Kohli do that? I'm not so sure. This video isn't me saying that I don't think Kohli can get back to his high levels. As I said, he still has the skill and the technique fundamentally. I think it's about the hunger and the ability to change his game. I feel like he needs to become someone who grinds out centuries as his skills slowly wane. But I don't think we're at the Ricky Ponting point where you feel like his eyes are completely gone, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if he scores big runs in Australia and England. As a Kohli fan, I hope he can find some form towards the back end of his career, but 5 years of underperformance is a big enough sample size to say that he hasn't been at the level for a while now. So surely he needs to change something to improve. But let me know what you think of Kohli's slump in the comments, and if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.